Welcome back, everybody. Lighting ESL Word of the Day. Word of the Day. What's our word today? Is it long? Is it short? Easy to pronounce? One syllable? Many syllables? Let's find out. Our magic ball is going around and around very fast. People upstairs are saying, keep going. He said, keep going. All right. I'm going around this way. Going around this way. Stop. Lance. Lance. Well, it sounds like one syllable. That's true. One syllable. How do you spell the word Lance? L-A-N-C-E. Pretty straightforward, right? Lance. Lance is basically describing a long weapon people used in the 11th, 12th century for games called jousting. What's a lance? Think of a javelin, a long piece of metal or fiberglass and so on. Here's the same example, but it was a long piece of wood. All right? At the very tip of that piece of wood was metal, like a spear. That's right. And they would ride on horseback, one to the other. Now, I'm going to show you very badly my art, but the idea is still there. So, this is a fence. Pretend that's a fence. Here's a guy here, and there's a guy here. And each one of these people were on a horse, going up and down, riding along, going towards each other. So, this person's going this way, this person's going this way, all right? Simple. And they were holding a long spear of wood, but at the end was metal, like a spear. So, again, basically, they held a long spear. So a long wooden spear, but at the end was a piece of steel or whatever, like looking like a long arrow facing out, right here, right? And he or she would try to knock each other off that horse using that lance, L-A-N-C-E, L-A-N-C-E, lance. That is a long spear type of weapon they used in a game called jousting. Jousting. They'd be each on a horse, pardon my drawing, riding towards each other. From one direction to the other direction. He's riding this way, she or she is riding that way, and in the middle, they would have a long spear. Let's say my hand is a spear or a lance. Knock each other off the horse. And the winner wins that match. Yeah, it was called a lance of the game called jousting. Jousting. L-A-N-C is the name of the weapon called a lance. But also a lance is a type of name for surgery. Very small surgery as a special knife or scalpel to cut open a piece of skin to let the infection area come out. It also called a lance, or a type of suture, or using a scalpel, that is, to cut open a piece of skin, very small. It's called a lance. A lance type of cut, using a very sharp object called a scalpel. It's also called a lance. But primarily, think of the word lance, think of medieval times, 11th, 12th century, in Europe, all right? They had a jousting game, all right? And knight in shining armor would be on a horse, going this direction. Another person on a horse going that direction. So they both meet, they have a long spear and knock each other off a horse. A game called jousting, and use a long spear called a lance. Lance. L-A-N-C-E. Interesting, isn't it? This is going back to the 10th, 11th, 12th century. Yeah. And it was kind of a game called jousting, and they used a long spear called a lance. Till next time, thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.